And now, the star of the show, Jordan Rogozinski.
Hey folks, today we have a jam-packed show for you for Winnipeg Jet Games CFL preview show, and of course the Blue Jays in the World Series. So grab a coffee, get comfortable, and we'll dive in.
Yeah, I'll start, Jordan. I'll start with the first Jets game. The Jets played at Calgary. It was last Monday, and they won 2-1. It was a tough checking, tight game. Calgary's a scrappy team. They're always tough when we play them. I'll say this. Jonathan Toews got his first goal as a Winnipeg Jet, so that was nice to see. And late in the game, probably I would say under 5 minutes left in the third period, Kyle Connor, KFC I call him, threaded a nice pass to Mark Scheifele, a saucer pass, and Scheifele put it in, and that gave the Jets a 2-1 win over Calgary. And then the next game, we have Jets at home against Seattle. That game didn't go as well. The Jets lost 3-0. Very rare the Jets get shut out. Seattle was the quicker team. They were harder on pucks. They were like really relentless and really on you. It's very rare the Jets get shut out. And I'll give Seattle credit. They flat out beat us. They beat us, and good on them. So that game didn't go as well. Here's Jordan to recap the next two games.
Then we were home against Calgary. I believe the night after. That was the back-to-back. So we had Velarde score his first goal on the power play, and we had Mark Scheifele score a goal, and I believe Alex Iafallo score a goal. That game was a good bounce-back game. And Stanley fought. We did see Stanley fight. He actually knocked the guy down with a different. When he fights, it's very boring, I would say.
I'll say this, Jordan. I'm surprised Stanley stayed on his feet. Usually he falls over. For such a big guy, he falls over pretty easily. I call him the big buffoon and the pylon because he's always in the goalie's way when the other team's trying to shoot. So he's a pylon. He just stands there.
And that Stanley and Chen deep pairing doesn't work. They're both too slow.
Yeah, I agree with you there.
Now Utah. So
okay. I'll do the game on Sunday. We played Utah. We played Utah. We lost 3-2 in that one. It was a close game right to the end. The first line looked good. They were generating chances. Hellbuck played really well. Utah, again, is kind of like Seattle. They're a tough, scrappy team, tough to play against. And, it was a tough game. The Jets gave up a goal late in the third period to give Utah the 3-2 goal lead. And, that was kind of it. We lost that one. So it was kind of an up and down week for the Jets. Now we'll transition from the hockey rink to the football field. We have CFL playoffs starting this weekend, and the Bombers are in Montreal. I'll hand it to Jordan to give his thoughts on the Montreal Bomber game.
Well, I found it kind of interesting that Montreal has the worst home record of who's ever in the playoffs. They haven't won very much at home. And Jason Hogan, you need to run the ball.
Yeah.
You can't abandon the run. This time of year, it needs to be the run.
Yeah, and I'll say this. We need to protect Zach Collaros. We need to limit the turnovers, and our defensive secondary can't give up big plays. And I'll say this again. Jason Hogan will decide whether we win or lose with his play calling. He needs to run the ball, like Jordan said. And the O-line needs to protect Zach, and we can't turn over the ball. And we'll come out on top. Now to the other Western semifinal. It'll be Calgary at BC. That'll be an interesting game. I think the QB matchup will be fun to watch. Nathan Rourke versus Vernon Adams Jr. And that'll be interesting. I think for that game, it'll be a matter of which QB plays better, who can limit the turnovers, and which running game gets going faster, and which defense can hold up the longest, because both their defenses are not that strong.
Yes, I think for number one, gonna be up to Nathan Rourke and Vernon Adams, and stay tuned for the last few minutes of the game. I think that game could come down to a field goal.
Yeah, usually playoff games are close. They usually come right down to the wire, which makes it exciting football. But as a fan, it's hard on your heart. Very hard. Yes. Now we'll transition from the football field to the baseball field. The Blue Jays are in the World Series. Game 1 and Game 2 are done. Game 3 is actually tonight. We're recording on Monday, October 28th. Game 3 is tonight. So looking forward to that. We'll recap Game 1. What's that pitcher's name again?
Trey Savage.
Trey Savage started Game 1. He's 22 years old. He was just called up to the minors a couple months ago, and you could tell he looked pretty nervous. But he made it out 4 innings, kind of unfazed. He didn't give up too much. And then in the 6th inning, was a big inning for the Blue Jays. Addison Barger got a grand slam. And that kind of blew the game wide open. And Kirk got a home run, so a 2-run homer, so that helped. And the Blue Jays hung on to win Game 1. And now I'll hand it to Jordan to talk about Game 2.
Game 2, the Dodgers pitcher was
Yamamoto.
Yamamoto played well. That was a good pitching duel between him and Gausman, and the team that got the bat going were gonna win that game. I'm really curious how tonight gonna go, being back in LA. Hope we can pull it out. Hope at least it's a close game, and hope Vladdy Guerrero gets a few home runs.
Yeah, no. And then, it'll be interesting. And, it'll be interesting tonight. I think they need to win at least one in LA because they gave up home field advantage now. So they have to win at least one.
Yeah.
And then, I'll say this. That Kirk is fun to watch, the back catcher. I call him Dirty Curdy because he's 5'2", and he's a fatter guy, but when he runs those bases, the field rumbles. And he runs like a fat guy when he's running to the kitchen to get food.
Yep.
Yeah, I love watching him. He's fun to watch. When he runs, he waddles like a penguin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's it for the show today, folks. Just want to tell you thanks for supporting, and goodbye. We'll see you again next week.
Yeah, thanks for supporting, and make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and watch the show all the way through. That really helps. It helps YouTube algorithm push our show out to more people. And for Jordan Rogozinski, I'm Jeremy Rogozinski, and goodbye.
Goodbye.